G5 men, look at you. I'm really fired up tonight. I gotta tell you though, my buddy Frank Miklas is on in Canada. Frank, how are you? Can you hear me? Frank Miklas, can you just wave at me if you see me? All right. I love you, man. I love you. It's so good to see you. And I see your men on there with you tonight, man. It's so good. Hey guys, I'm gonna go fast because I know how busy you are. Thanks for jumping on. Y'all look good. Thanks for putting your makeup on, your lipstick. Big Mike, you could have used a little more rouge, Mike. I'm telling you, you're not. Anyhow, I'm sorry to mess with you guys. It's really great. Hey, I got to tell you, I am fired up about talking to you tonight. The book that I've sold more books than any other book is How to Stop Self-Defeating Behaviors. And if you're like me, I've already started some bad habits already this year. I didn't mean to. I didn't want to. They just kind of snuck up on me. And bad habits are easy to take on. Really good ones, they really take discipline. And in life, I have found out that it's great to be motivated. It's great to be inspired. But there are some days I'm not either one of those. And those days, it takes discipline. And discipline is the bridge that will get you from where you are to where you need to be. And so I want to tell you, I called out Frank Miklas on purpose. This is a man who, well done, is beside his name. He loves Lorraine, and I love you, sir. You are a hero of mine, and I love you, and I miss you. So just know that. Guys, I'm grateful to have every one of you. And a lot of you are doing what you're so great at doing, and that is you're not watching alone. You're bringing people with you, and I'm grateful to have a bunch of crazy guys in my house tonight with me. So it's just a joy. Don't ever, if you can, ever watch alone. Always take somebody with you. And you cannot believe how much 10 men in your life right now need an invite from you. Wow. How to stop self-defeating behaviors. I have a question that I always ask, and that is, why is it that it seems like the best keep getting better? Why is it the best keep getting better? They have potential, it's off the charts, but why is it that the greats seem to just keep getting greater? And I have begun to understand it's because they get out of their own way. They stop defeating themselves. They stop taking the score from them. You know what I'm talking about. Just when you think you've all got it all together, there's something that pops its ugly head in your behavior or in your mindset. And you're just going, oh man, I don't want that. We see it in movies. We see it in music. We see it in business. We see it in Christianity. We see it in religion. We see it in government. How these leaders will get going, and just when it seems like they're about to peak at their very highest levels, something falls apart. You ever have that day in your life, that week in your life, that month in your life where you're going, I got it, I got it, I got it. And then out of nowhere, you say something, you do something, you think something, and the next thing you know, you feel like you have fallen to rock bottom. I have a theory, and here it is, men and ladies, welcome on the call. And that is if you remove the dysfunction out of anything, growth is automatic. Now, I want to give a word of caution because some of you all have read the book, and some of you listened to the download, and some of you have been in a seminar where I've talked about this, and here is where you're going to get in trouble, because now you think you know it. So your mind is shutting down. And it's what you know that is keeping you from knowing what you need to know. And it's what you think you know that you have no idea what you need to know that is killing us. So I just want to encourage you in life, why is it? Well, I find out that honestly, there are some people that they just don't have any vision. They're so afraid of success. And the fear of success just causes them to shut down. Some of you, I'm talking to you right now, it happened to you this week. The fear of loss made you make a bad decision. The fear of loss stopped you from doing what you know you should do. The fear that you would fail or you would lose kept you from moving in the direction. Hey, I know about that. I'll talk to you about it in a second. But then there's this other person. It's not the fear of failure. It's actually the arrogance of thinking I'm more important than what I am. And then what happens is I get in the deep end and I don't hang with the right people. I get with the wrong crowd. I start hearing the wrong things and I just stop growing. I know you know this, but I'm asking you right now, please write it down. The 5 closest people in your life right now is going to determine the level of your success. And if you are the smartest person in your circle, you need to get a bigger circle. You have got to have people in your life that challenge you, that inspire you, that honestly, they intimidate you a little bit. They make you feel uncomfortable. When you get in a room with them, you're just like, I don't know if I'll ever be there. I don't know if I'll ever be that kind of man. I don't know if I'll ever be that kind of leader. I don't know if I'll ever be that kind of warrior. I don't know if I'll be that kind of person that they are. Well, can I tell you, your goal in life is not to be somebody else. Your goal in life is to be the best person that God created you to be. So I'm going to come by your house tonight, and if you don't mind, I'm going to put my foot in your hiney a little bit and give you a little shove because I love you. And you know you've got big potential. So here's what I can tell you. I'm always telling leaders there's 4 things they have to do. And the first one is you have to make positive change. And I just want to say to you tonight, I'm not talking to anybody else right now except you. What is a change that you need to make this week in order for you to rise farther and higher? What is something you need to change in your performance? What is something you need to change in your thinking? What is there something you need to change in your association? What is there something in your spiritual life that you need to adjust? What is it right now? See, if you're in a comfortable place, you're in the wrong place. Wow. If you're in a place where you're comfortable and you can contain it and you can control it and you feel like the big fish in the water, I'm begging you to get out of it. Because you need to go. Iron sharpens iron, and people sharpen people. So here's one of the things I think all of us have got to do. And one of the changes we can make this week is we can become a risk taker. I'm not talking about making foolish decisions. I'm not talking about not doing our homework. But you've got to be a risk taker. And if you're not willing to take a risk, you can't grow. And if you cannot grow, you can never become your best. And if you do not become your best, you cannot be happy. And if you can't be happy, what else is there to be? I'm not talking about happiness in the sense of happenings. I'm talking about the joy that comes from you overcoming the thing that you're most afraid to overcome. Be a risk taker. The world has been changed by risk takers. I will tell you that the wealth of the world is not in the oil fields of Saudi Arabia or in the diamond mines of Africa. It's in the graveyard. It's men who have laid down with the dreams and the callings and the hopes and the desires of what they could have been. Come on, man, talk to me for a second. Do you know somebody right now wasting their lives? They're not finishing well, whether they're 19 or 90. They're not finishing. And it breaks my heart because we have got a moment. What is it that you're afraid to take a risk? Are you afraid to get a number? Are you afraid to get a name? Are you afraid to share an opportunity? Are you afraid to contract a new agent? I don't know. Are you afraid to make the call and make the sale? I don't know what you're dealing with. Are you afraid to make the investment? When I was a young boy, about 13 years old, I was sitting on the front porch with my uncles in West Virginia. And they were sitting on the front porch of this house. and they were chewing tobacco and they were spitting. I have no judgment of that. But all they could talk about was opportunities they should have taken. Investments they should have made. And I remember as a boy, man, walking off of that porch, I had no judgment of them, but I remember saying to myself, I will never tell that story. I will take the risk. Now, is it easy to take a risk? No. But I do love this. There's an African proverb that says, when there's no enemy within, there is no enemy outside. Most people are so afraid of the thief that is in the alley, but they have no idea of the thief that is in their mind. You got to be aware. So what are some of these things that cause us to self-destruct? Number one, and it's in the book. If you haven't read it, I encourage you to get it. You'll throw it against the wall. It will mess with you. Number one, I call, you don't have the same page people in your life. You don't walk in agreement. You stay in rooms where you're most comfortable. And they're not going where you're going. Look, I'm going to nudge some of you right now. Some of you need to get out of the environment that you're in. You need to move on to a different environment. It's where all growth is. Don't be around men that are easy to be around because you're smarter, wiser, and richer. Be around men that challenge you to grow in every area of your life, and they make you a little uncomfortable. And if you really want to grow, bring other men with you. If one can put 1,000 to flight, two can put 10,000 to flight. So put yourself around people that are not like-minded, and you'll begin to self-destruct. You'll end up going to the same place. You'll end up thinking the same thoughts. You'll end up doing the same things. Come on, let me crawl into your house for a minute. You know what's been eating at you? You keep going to the same old mindsets. You keep going to the same old places. You try to find life in dead places, and you can't find it. Why seek ye the living amongst the dead? If they don't have the fruit that you want in your life, men, why would you ever? I want to talk to the young men right now. Come on. Young men, listen to me. Do not waste your life trying to be better than your leader. That's not your goal in life. Your goal in life is to be better than you thought you could ever be. Wow. So now let's be better than we can ever be. So if you're hanging around small minds, you know what you're going to hear. You're going to hear negative talk, gossip, problems. They rehearse it. Have you ever got around somebody that just cannot stop ruminating in what's wrong? They just want to talk about it. And I just want to beg you right now, get over it and get beyond it. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying you don't have pain. But come on. Let's pull our pants up the way my daddy told me to jerk my pants up and put my boots on. And let's go out there because you were equipped. You were made to fight when things are not exactly the way you want them to be. We've got to learn how to do the right thing in a wrong situation. Right now, we have this calling and it's our time to do it. So, are the people that you're around right now, are they negative? Are they gossipers? Are they non-producers? Are they low producers? Do they have unbelief? I'm going to ask you, are they greedy? Are they self-centered? Are they self-centered and self-absorbed? Are they so broken you can't hang with them? Can I ask you a question? I just want to ask you a question. Why do you keep seeking the approval of people that you shouldn't want their approval? Why do you keep waiting for someone else to validate you when they're not going to pay your bills, they're not going to dream your dreams, They're not going to help you be all you were created to be. What is it this week that you're no longer going to have somebody else have to come along and tell you to do it? You're going to take responsibility. You're going to read the books. You're going to listen to the tapes. I remember I told my dad one time, I said, Dad, I'm going to change the world. He goes, well, why don't you start with cleaning your room? What is it that I need to do? So let me ask you a question about your friends right now. Your friends. When you get around them, can they see your gift? Who around you right now sees your gift? They see your uniqueness. They see your specialness. They see what you have in you that no one else has. I'm looking at your faces on this screen right now, and a lot of you guys I've had a lot of moments with. And every one of you that I have ever had personal eye contact and a conversation with, I know I have told you something about you that's special. Why? Because that's what leaders do. They see before others see, and they believe before other people believe.
Wow.
Matter of fact, they believe and see it so much that it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable. So, can they see my gift? Now, you make me want to stop right now and go, well, what do I do if they can't see my gift? Do I yell at them and tell them, see my gift? No. Some of y'all are trying to convince people how special you are. I love you. I've done that. I've tried to make my wife think I'm special, and she's really kind, and she goes, you're so special. And I'm not sure it's like you're special. I think it's like you're special. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like not like you're special great. It's like you're special. Anyhow, I'm going to leave that alone right there. Tom Henderson knows what I'm talking about. But anyhow, can they see my gift? By the way, I have men on this call that are very mature that you still don't know your gift. And when you don't know your gift, you will waste your life. Oh, you'll chase wrong things. You may have money, but you'll never know success. So I just want to encourage you. The second thing is not only can they see my gift, do they want me to succeed? Same page people right now. Who in your life right now wants you to win? Can you give me 5 men's names that want you to win? Right now. Do you have 10 men in your life right now that want you to win? It's very important for people to see you and they want you to win. The third thing is, will they help me win? How many of you got a dream so big right now you need help? I started off this call, and I'm going to make Frank Miklas feel very uncomfortable. Boy, I always admired his humility. His willingness to say, will you help? Wow. Can I ask you a question, man? Do you know 5 areas in your life right now that you need help? You need help. You need a mentor. You need somebody to walk with you. Hey, very early in my life, man, can I just tell you one big area in my life? I was so busy running after my dreams and my goals. I knew if I did not have a great money person in my life, I would be devastated. So I prayed, and God brought me a man that took care of my finances the way he took care of his own. And he updated me. It was a God thing. I want to tell you, man, God wants to give every one of you, somebody in your life, exactly what you need. But you got to believe it. And so consequently, it changed my life. It freed me to go do what I could do. I'm going to be very vulnerable and very transparent with you. When I started dating my wife, I would tell her I would love her, but I would never tell her I needed her. and I didn't need anybody. I lost my mother in an automobile accident. I lost my father in a house fire. I wasn't about to need anybody. Because if I needed you, there was a shot you're going to be taken. Some of you men are in isolation tonight because you cannot admit, I need. I need. And let me tell you what's the core of that is pride. Because to say I need takes humility. Wow. I was talking to a guy this week, and he told me about a guy that did a seminar, and he said, I'm going to teach you humility. You're going to fly home from this convention, and I want you to go into the bathroom on the airplane, and I want you to get a 20-foot piece of toilet paper and put it on the bottom of your sole of your shoe and walk down the aisle on the plane. You can teach yourself to have humility. Because as you walk down, everybody's laughing. But you know what? Some of us have got toilet paper strapped to our heel, and we don't have anybody that will tell us, you got toilet paper on your shoe. You need somebody that can have your back, that can see the blind spots, see the things that are going to hurt you. Be willing. So will they help me? And not just if they can. Do you know how many people in my life could help me, but they didn't? Do you know how many people are in your life right now that they could help you, but they didn't? They won't. Do you know how many people you've reached out and told them you needed them, and they didn't respond? Well, what do I do with that, Tim? Do I get bitter? Do I get mad? Do I get in control? No. You move on. You move on. Stop trying to make people love you. And love people and let God take care of the rest. Surrender. So, will they help me? You know how grateful I am for the men on this call that right now have helped me. And you help me every month. You help me reach men. You guys know the vision here. You know the vision here. The vision is 1 million men. And by the way, if you're brand new tonight, welcome. I'm sorry. I'm a little meaner than I normally am. But can I tell you, guys, we don't have a lot of time. We got to get this done. You've got big missions inside of you. You've got big vision inside of you. And I don't want you playing around making $5,000 a month when you can make 15. And I don't want you making 15 if you can make 50. And I don't want you making 50 if you could be making 100,000. And I definitely don't want you making 100,000 if you could be making $1 million. Do you know what I did my whole life? I kept telling myself every day why I couldn't do it. Yeah, but you're not smart enough. You don't have a college education. You're not in the right place. You're too shy. Men, are you telling yourself every day why you can't have it? Look, I got my buddy Carlos. He runs the family room in Troy, Ohio. And man, he knows. He knows. He walked with me. And man, can I tell you something? He knows what I didn't have. He knew I should have never gotten where I've gotten. And by the way, I'm not impressed with anything I've done because my dreams are so big. It's going to take you. It's going to take you. I need you. I need you to help me go get men. Men are not easy to get. They're like eagles. They don't really love to flock together. They love to be on their own. And men, we're horrible at relationships. We're great at networks. Oh, I got somebody that's the best. They're the best you've ever seen at working on cars. Oh, they can fix anything. I got the best on motorcycles. I got the best guy. Insurance, I got the guy for you. How many of the people that right now service your car are your friend? I can tell you every young man that I've ever mentored, I promise you, I could go with them and they have friends. Their dentist is their friend. The person that fixed their car is their friend. They make friends with everybody because they care. They listen. The fourth thing is, can they handle my success? Some of you, I'm really watching you all deal with this. Some of you have gone through major pain. I have a friend of mine that I loved. His name was Skip Jackson. And Skip never had a father. And he and I were best friends. And his father, he was an African-American kid. I have a picture by my bedstand of Skip and I. Because I watched Skip come off the streets and build a business that changed people's lives. But I also watched people, when he was struggling, not be threatened by him. But as soon as he started succeeding, people got scared of him. How many of you right now are afraid to succeed because you're afraid of the attack? You're afraid that you won't be popular. You're afraid that your old friends won't accept you. I just want to encourage you in your life, are they prepared to handle your success? By the way, I would tell you that a lot of you, it's not only your responsibility to prepare yourself for the success that's ahead of you, but it's your responsibility to prepare those around you. Let them know it's coming. Don't be arrogant. Don't be proudful. Just let them know that it's coming. The second thing, and I got to do this really fast, the second thing I watch, it's all in the book, is that we see ourselves as victims. I see myself as a victim. I literally want the world to see me and feel sorry for me. And I'm just telling you right now, I can't stand it. And it destroys more lives than I could ever tell you. And here's the problem. Self-pity is easily the most destructive of all the non-pharmaceuticals narcotics. It is as addictive, gives momentary pleasure, and separates the victim from reality. Wow. If you ever allow yourself to become a victim, the enemy will have had his way in your life. You are not a victim. You are a victor. You are more than a conqueror. You've got what it takes, man. You have got what it takes. Whatever the vision's inside of you. And I just don't want you playing small anymore. I don't want you not being willing to take the risk that you have to take. Yeah, my buddy Carmine's here tonight with me, and he just stepped out and took another risk on another endeavor. My buddy Josh is with me tonight. Another risk. I went to my buddy Spencer the other day and said, Spencer, what's it going to take to get here? Because here's going to be the reward. What is it in your life right now that you need to step out and no longer see yourself as a victim? You need to take responsibility. You need to say, it's my fault. By the way, the highest level of leadership is when it's not your fault, to still take responsibility for it. If there's something wrong, it's my fault. I'm going to get better. I'm going to do better. Do not, I'm begging you. My name's PT. I'm begging you. Tonight, it's Cool Daddy. Anyhow, here's what I want to tell you. Tonight, guys, here's what I want to tell you. Do not find yourself blaming anyone else. Even if they hurt you. Don't give them the pleasure. Don't do it. Well, then how am I going to fight? You got a vision. You got a dream. You can fight. And you're going to win. I promise you. You've got what it takes. So, I want to encourage you. I'm going to be in Wisconsin tomorrow night. I'm going to be in Appleton. And if you private message me or text me, I'll let you know where I'm going to be tomorrow night. Wednesday night. I'm going to be at G5 tomorrow night. Sorry. Yeah, we'll be right there tomorrow night. We have a big night. If you're local, come and see me. It's going to be a big night tomorrow night. Wednesday night, my wife, see, I need. Did you see that? I need help. I need lots of help. Wednesday night, I'll be in Appleton. But I want to tell you, April 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. April 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. April 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. I want you to come and be a part of our Elevate Conference. The theme this year is going to be on the power of together. That's really what I've been talking about tonight. Where 2 or 3 are gathered together. Wow. What can be accomplished? I wonder this week, if I don't see myself as a victim, if I get same-page people around me, and I begin to take a very, very evaluated risk, I wonder what we can do, man. I wonder the lives we can change. I wonder what's going to happen in your business. I wonder what's going to happen in your marriage. I wonder what's going to happen in your dating. I wonder what's going to happen with your children. Dreams. Here's what I want to beg you tonight. I don't want you to live 100 years and at the end of it, stand in the service and all the dreams and all the calling and all the things that you were meant to accomplish die with you because you didn't accomplish them. Let's rise up. Let's fight. We got this. Game on, battle ready. Let's stop self-defeating. Let's get out of our own way. Charge. Love you, man.